Timber under pressure, given no support by his teammates, loses the ball, and all of a sudden Nigeria on the attack again, and it deflects and just goes wide of the upright. Well, I'd love to see a replay from behind the goal on this one. I wonder if that shot was going on target before the deflection. Jefter with the pass in for Ariahi. I think it gets a deflection off Smith here. Yeah, it does. A significant deflection as well, so another corner coming in for Nigeria. Oh, the shot count going up and up. Though to be fair, Fletcher hasn't actually had to make any spectacular saves yet. Six white shirts to aim at in the area. Good ball into the edge of the 6-yard box, still not cleared by South Africa. Now they, with Larku treading on the ball, the whistle has gone anyway. Well, 5.5 minutes to go before the half-time break. I've got to say, I think Raymond Mdaka, South African coach, will be delighted if his side can get to half-time at 0-0, given the flow of the game. Rapu gets the ball on the near side, tries to play a 1-2, but doesn't quite come off. Megana plays the ball inside. Eyuma spreads the ball left for Nigeria. Swift the passing from the Nigerians, finding holes in the defence. Timber again under pressure. Nigeria back in possession again. Koro pressing very high, the fullback. After a couple of little nibbles, free kick taken quickly by Jefter. Swung in, 3 men to aim at. Played out, but only as far as a white shirt. A bit of a lunge from Kakana. Referee waves play on. Ball came to Magana, but a bit of a wild slash at that one, did the 16-year-old. So there are a number of players in this Nigerian side will still be eligible for the next 2027 edition of this tournament. Certainly Tahir Magana, only 16 years of age. Divine Elise, the number 13 as well, is only 17. Of course, the goalkeeper, Ebenezer Harcourt, just 15 years old. Strong play in midfield, very nice play indeed from Elise. Trying to cut through the Nigeria. Elise pressuring the ball, eventually losing his footing and giving away the foul. Offside flag going up anyway ahead of that challenge coming in on Tato Sabia. Clearly off. Clumsy, nothing else. Strong defensive header from Megari. Langu gets the ball back in play. That's a poor throw. Basics here from South Africa. Needs a bit of concentration. Rapu plays the ball in now for Sabia. South Africa coming forward, winning a free kick now about 35 or so metres out. Probably just about out of range for a direct attempt at goal. You've got a Nigerian player on the ground. That's Bahaba Megari. All skills from Madiba. Hasn't had many chances to show those skills so far, though. The number 13, South Africa. Well, our statistics still showing them having nearly 45% of possession, but it's been mostly nervy passing around at the back, but a lot of it in their own third of the pitch for South Africa. Very little possession in attacking areas. Neo Rapu with a chance here to put a decent ball in on this set piece. A little surprised not to see more South African players going forward for these set pieces, you know. Again, just 4 players up. It's not exactly ambitious, this. Jefter winning the ball in the air. Smith tries to head the ball back into the 6-yard box. The offside flag stays down for the moment. Looks a little bit suspicious against Malangu. A bit more bite from South Africa in the midfield. Too much bite, says the referee. Kana could be in trouble here. Timberforce put that one out for a 9. Another cross comes in, deflected out for yet another corner. 2 minutes added on at the end. Deflected out for yet another corner. 2 minutes added on at the end of the 45. At the end of this first half. And yet more defending to be done for the South Africans. And certainly the distinctive hair of Tylon Smith has been very busy in this first half. And whipped in, well taken this time though from Lowe. Showing good hands. And well, looking to release the ball early. Didn't really see any options though. Everyone was behind the ball for South Africa. So now played out short. And Rapu gives the ball away. It's just not working for South Africa. Every time they play the ball out short, they give possession back to Nigeria. The ball is whipped in, oh, and just wide of the upright. Ambitious from Tahir Megana. You could just see from his body language the moment he turned inside, only one thing on his mind for the 16-year-old, and that was the far corner of the net. Stood up Sabia. Head down, going for the shot. Didn't miss by much either. This is better from South Africa, suddenly moving the ball with a bit of pace. Now Rapu, oh, and he's slashed at the cross. That's the best build-up play we've seen all first half from South Africa. The captain himself wasting it with an awful cross. He knows it as well. And that the end of a chastening first half for South Africa. Somehow, though, they've managed to keep the game goalless. Nigeria lacking the clinical touch in and around the South African box. Very much on top, though, so far, the 7-time champion South Africa, certainly with a lot of thinking and work to do in the second half. Daniel Siberu's side bidding for an 8th Africa Cup of Nations title, going about it the right way in the first 90 minutes. Some group chat there, back to the dressing rooms. Some wise words from the coach. Raymond Ndaka, the South African coach, really with his work cut out. the possession stats somewhat misleading, really. A lot of that South African possession in and around their own area. And not exactly in control either, constantly under pressure from the Nigerian press. And really failing to play out from the back. They've played a few long balls out from the back so far. They've been a bit more successful. But they want to play the ball on the ground, and they've not been able to do that in the opening 45. South Africa. Nigeria presented with possession on a number of occasions, but so far failing to take full advantage. So goalless at half-time at the Suez Canal Authority Stadium here in Ismailia. Everything to play for. Of course, a precious place in the final within the 20 African Cup of Nations coming up in the second half. Teams emerged to a mild afternoon here in Ismailia at the Suez Canal Authority Stadium for the first of the two semi-finals of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Seven-time champions Nigeria in white against South Africa, looking for a first final appearance since 1997, and Nigerians very much on top in the opening 45 minutes of this one. South Africa really failing to play the ball out from the back on a number of occasions. Nigeria, and more specifically the Nigerian press, very much on top throughout the first half. Just lacking a cutting edge in and around the area at the moment. Parobo Ariehi, the number 9 for Nigeria, leading the line. Lacking a little bit of composure on that previous finish. Just before the break, a lovely shot coming in from Tahir Megana. His first start of the competition just missed the upright. At half-time, Nigeria 0, South Africa 0. The Nigerians very much on top and pressing for a place in yet another final. For South Africa, work to be done in the dressing room ahead of the second half. Stadium here in Ismailia. The sun starting to set on another sunny day here in northern Egypt. To get ready for the second half of this first of two semi-finals in the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Nigeria, the seven-time champions, on top for most of that first half. South Africa not really figuring out the conundrum set in front of them in the opening 45. Barely laying a glove really on the Flying Eagles in that first half, but somehow they got to half-time at 0-0. And all to play for in the second half. How have any changes been made, I wonder, especially by South African coach Raymond Ndaka? Doesn't look like it from the edge of the 6-yard box. Now Nigeria can play on the counter-attack, can they? No, they can't quite. All picked up deep in the left channel, the Lise. Tries to delay it, a pumped pass there. Two players trying to make the run in behind, but now brilliant pass through midfield, cuts through everything. Ball though laid off by Madiba. One back though by South Africa. No width though on this near side. Again, struggling to get players into attacking places. Timber though going past one. The ball then was shepherded out to play by Okoro. Timber able to get past, I think it was Alabi, but Okoro coming across. Alangu has taken a knock. Looks on the top of the left foot. There is coach Ndaka. Say, a little surprised that there weren't any changes made at half-time. Got to change something. South Africa Smith winning the ball in the air. And doing well on the intercept as well. Kakana plays the ball into midfield. Now spread over onto that left-hand side. But again, there's just no natural width to this side at the moment. The back four very much playing as a back four. And even if that ball had been picked up by Rapu over on that far side, he'd have been very much on his own. And now Nigeria can come forwards. That's a brilliant bit of defending, though, from Sabia. Not retaining the ball up top, though. Nigeria back on the attack. Elise hasn't quite seen his usual trademark runs from midfield. At least not in the first half. Jefta. Okoro whips the ball in, headed away by Smith. Long run up here from Okoro. Long throw too, headed away from near the penalty spot. Nigeria picking up the loose ball. Nice footwork from Ayuma. Lays the ball off, shot chipped in, but no real venom on that, and an easy catch for Lowe. Again, they do this against South Africa. I mean, it hasn't worked throughout the first half, this playing it short out at the back. Quick ball over the top of the press seems to be the better option at the moment. Malangu. Gives the ball to Timber to take the throw on this near side. Timber again. Forced back by the pressing. Flipped on by Malangu. Had to clear by the Nigerian defence. Nariyehi making a nuisance of himself, eventually cleared by Nkwali. Given away though by Madiba. Jefta, nice ball into the channel. Elise making that run beyond the last man. Elise tricks himself to the floor. Difficult for Smith to get to the ball though, because Elise's head was in the way. Tricked himself, and then he laid down and got in the way. I think that's what the foul is for. Why the whistle went, at least. Foul as such, you know what I mean. Now Lithlaku. Too much on the ball there for Malangu. Ball put out of play, and well, goalkeeper, I mean, he's a hardcore who was nowhere near. The ball has gone down, and I think he's going to be substituted off here. This is going to be a first appearance of the tournament for Ajia Yakub. Now, is that something to do with that collision just before the end of half-time on the left elbow of the goalkeeper? So Ajia Yakub, 20 years of age, European-based. So, coming on, Precious Benjamin as well. So 2 changes, one of them forced. Obviously, they've decided to give Harcourt a little bit of time after half-time to see how he is. He hadn't even touched the ball before they decided to take him off. There's also been a change as well with Divine Elise, actually, a little bit surprisingly, the man taken off to be replaced. By Benjamin. They play in a sort of a second striker role. First penalty in the penalty shootout against Senegal to Benjamin. hopefully for Harcourt at least, that's not the end of his tournament. Such a promising goalkeeper, just 15 years of age. Really shone in the quarter-final. Will he be fit for Sunday's final, if indeed Nigeria get that far? Oh, Madiba, just 50 minutes into his tournament debut, gets the hook. Jody Ashene coming on in his place. And Shaquille April also coming on. He's immediately moved out to the right-hand side. I think he is on. With Larker, indeed he is. So like for like there. April got the winning goal against Tanzania on match day 2 in the group phase. Smith does well to evade the press coming in from Ariehi. Also got an assist as well for one of the goals against Sierra Leone. Picked up a bit of a knock maybe at the end of that game in extra time against DR Congo. Back on the pitch now. Nigeria coming forwards with Jefta. Jefta stabs the ball inside. Benjamin, well, had room for the shot on the left foot. Ooh, now that could be a first booking of the game coming up here. Got it back into a teammate there from Ashen. Well, let's see what difference those substitutes make. Could be a little bit of uncertainty at the back for Nigeria. Certainly you'd think if you're South Africa, you'd try and ping a couple of shots into the keeper. He's been sat on the bench the whole tournament so far. Nigeria with the player down, but continuing to play. Smith with the clearance, but only as far as Ayuma. Ayuma now spreads the play out to the right. Lovely ball and an encouraging first touch, and good defending in the end from Sabia. Given away in the final third again. Laid off by Ariehi. A foul on Sabia as he put himself on the line defensively. South Africa getting away with it again at the back there, giving the ball away deep in their own half. They've done that far too much. They're, in my opinion, certainly lucky. Still be on level terms here. Nigeria again pressing the attack. Alabi, 3 men waiting in the area, and on the overlap as well arrives Okoro. Okoro though eventually hassled off the ball by April, then gets the ball back again. Okoro decides against the long throw this time. Shot coming in from 40 metres. I don't think it was supposed to be a pass like that. Minutes into this second half, still goalless in this first of 2 semi-finals today. This under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Kakana now turns in the centre circle, finds April in space on this near side. April quickly closed down. Good play from Ayuma to win the ball in midfield. Now Jefta options left and right. Jefter still comes forward. Benjamin turns his run. Jefter with the ball in close to the penalty spot. Cleared. Yuma a little bit too physical on Shene. That'll be a free kick for South Africa. Yuma, he may have won the ball, but it's of no use if you've barged your opponent in the back to get it in the first place. Shene doing well to lay the ball off. The ball down the line not particularly good, but then South Africa quickly win the ball back. Shene again. This time wins himself a free kick. South Africa retaining the ball there. He's got width on this near side. Timber cuts inside. He's got April inside him. Instead, Timber lets fly. Unable to keep that effort on target, though. Kakana as well to play the ball out of a tight space. Played off but given away. Uncharacteristically slack pass from the Nigerian midfield as we hit the hour mark here in Ismailia. Yuma now penalised. Shene doing his job at the moment, winning a few free kicks at the very least for South Africa. Now long ball over to that far side, the defence. Whoa, that's a little bit jittery at the back. Jakob, I think that's his first touch, you know, as Jakob since coming on. Leo Rapu stays down, but the defender and the goalkeeper between them allowing the ball to bounce and inviting all sorts of trouble there. Have another closer look at this one. Yeah, the keeper and the defender leaving it for each other. Oh, and the keeper's landing on the back of Rapu's Achilles by the looks of it. That's going to hurt. Full weight, and I think tailbone as well, coming down on the back of the ankle, the Achilles area. Hopefully Rapu will be okay. Always worry with contact to the Achilles. Delicate part of the body, difficult to heal properly as well. Last thing you need is a young player. It's an Achilles injury. South Africa under pressure, trying to play the ball out, and again coughing up possession. Jefter now. 2 men on him as well to get the ball to Okoro. Yuma into space on that right-hand side now. Gari back into a Yuma. South Africa doing well to close down the passing lanes at the moment. Now cross-field ball towards Jefter. Gets the flick on as well for Okoro. Okoro gets past one, runs into the area, goes past another Okoro, fizzes the ball across goal, hits out a pass to the far post. And well, too many touches from Megana. Couldn't get the ball out from under his feet and get the shot off. Slightly different first touch, that could have been very different. There's the handball, in fact, against Megana. Nice play, but then the pass not great for April. Jefter. Benjamin back to Jefter again. Jefter looks up, he's got white shirts with him in the area, slips over, not the first time he's done that. Well, not the first player to have done that in that area of the pitch. Eventually put out for a Nigeria throw. South Africa under pressure again. Cora will come up and take this. He does have a good long throw on him. Takes a huge run up though. Not sure how many stadia would give you that amount of space. Cutting back inside was Alabi. Was expecting the run from Mashone, but didn't quite come to fruition. Important touch there from Kakana. Nice turn. Good strength from Mashone. Now he brings the ball over halfway, finds a good pass out to that left-hand side, and suddenly South Africa flooding forwards here. Kakana on the ball. Nigeria just out of shape for a moment, but now there's some space in behind for South Africa. Needs to look up, pick out the cross, the deflection. Nearly beating the keeper at his near post. It goes out for a corner. Better from South Africa. Nia Rapu, it was getting in behind. Actually, Jakob, he's only had a couple of touches so far. They've both been nervy ones. Not easy to come off the bench after spending a whole tournament sitting things out. Now, more changes from Nigeria. Amal and Rickson Mendos coming on. Tahir Magana and Clinton Jefter. Two players withdrawn. Demi Amal, I think, will probably play out on the left. Some defending to be done first, though. Call Ebenezer Harcourt still out on the pitch or not. Corner came in, headed away by Chukwu. The high ball just floated to the back post. The keeper tried coming miles, got nowhere near the ball. Absolutely nowhere near. He had no need either. There was a defender with Smith there who left it because he gets a call from the keeper. Oh, what are Nigeria going to do now? Second assist, by the way, for Nia Rapu. Oh, and a chance for Nigeria. But they just made a couple of changes, Nigeria. Wonder about the wisdom, really, of making those changes while defending a set piece. It normally wouldn't really do that. Get the set piece out of the way first, then make those changes. I don't think the substitutions had anything to do with Jakob wandering off his line, nowhere near the ball. And really, the goal, I mean, it was a good header from Smith, but it really goes down as a goalkeeping error. It was Okoro with the inadvertent handball. Nice turn. All good strength as well from Malangu. Has he got himself a free kick here? I think he has as well. Good forward play there. Being robust, refusing to be shoved off the ball, using his strength.
Never set pigs. Just over 20 minutes to go, plus stoppages in this first semi-final. South Africa, they've been second best for most of this game, but somehow they find themselves a goal to the good here. Nigeria perhaps unlucky with their Harcourt picking up that injury just before the break, eventually being replaced just after half-time. Free kick taken quickly and only just wide. Jacob, though, this time aware to the danger. Shaquille April it was, trying to catch everyone by surprise. Nice little routine off the training ground, that's actually. Making it look like they were still discussing it while another man takes the free kick. Shannon barging into Brixton from behind. Brixton goes down again, this time gets nothing from the referee. A little bit of space now opening up for South Africa, and they're a very dangerous team on the counter-attack, you know. Here is April, swings the ball into the far post, space, volleyed back in. Malangu just has the ball taken off his toes. Nice ball inside. Lalabi now on the flag and stayed down. Here's Ariehi. Ariehi can't get past Smith, then drags down the South African surely, and that'll be a free kick for South Africa. Sabia charged up by that play from his centre-back. Ariehi staying down. Nigeria have used 4 of their 5 substitutions. Looks like he's fallen awkwardly on his arm, maybe. Forearm, wrist. Nothing to do with Smith. It's Cersei. Not sure what Harry problem is. There didn't seem to be any untoward contact from Smith. Banned on an outstretched limb from Smith either. Look at the goal, swung in off his weak right foot from Rapu. Keeper came a long, long way. And as I say, I mean, it's not even close. He's just completely caught in no man's land. Stays on his line. Smith comes in, the header comes in from Smith. He just backs it out to the air, but no. So defensive error from the Flying Eagles. First goal of the tournament for Tylon Smith. Sudden Nigeria on the back foot here since the goal. South Africa taken confidence from that. That's how close to nothing though. All Precious Benjamin cuts inside, waits one chance, telegraph all across midfield. Kekana with the intercept. Naku inside his own half. It's a 1-2. Back to Sabia, a bit too much on that pass, a bit too intricate perhaps from South Africa, but going away with it. Ashana in the centre circle now, into April in space on this near side, eventually gets to the pitch, the ball tries to whip one in, the corner gets a deflection on that, and then Jakob happy to pick that one up. Now space for Nigeria over on that far side. The game beginning to stretch now as we head into the final quarter of an hour or so of the game. A long tournament, games every 3-4 days. Nice nutmeg and then the pass in behind the runner. Ends his run to go between the full-back and centre-back. The pass went behind it. Goal score at Smith. It's a low. Best of balls out. Going back with interest in a moment, and the shot whiffling just past the upright from the mole. Changes, a final change there for Nigeria. Oh well, Ibrahim coming on. It's going to be a lolly. Maybe a bit of fun for long substitution. Fresh legs of winner against Tunisia in their first group game. Seems like an age ago now. South Africa really seem to have taken confidence from that goal. Starting to find that ways have been able to play their way out from the back finally. Some passing phases together as well. Taken short. And lofted long towards Benjamin. Smith. Got contact on it, but only succeeded in heading the ball backwards. Really put his defence in trouble. South Africa getting the throw on the near side. By Smith this time. Not tough ball at all there from the corner. He could be in trouble here. Ordinary Okoro. Well, that's a yellow. Rickson. A bit of rough and tumble. First booking the tournament for Maku. Just a little bit of nothing there between the two. A bit of a clash. Quite sure how to decide that one man gets yellow card and one doesn't now, to be honest. Like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Anything. Now a chance from the set piece for Nigeria. 12 minutes to go. The ball lofted low towards the area. Smith comes to it, gets a towering header on. Keeps falling prey, does he? No, he doesn't. Eventually goes out for a South African throw. Timber with one throw down the line. Langu trying to head that one back in the danger area. And the ball comes back in again. The keeper stays in his line this time, and then the ball taken off the toes of Ashena. He's got to turn that one across the 6-yard box. Important intervention from Chukwu. Will be a corner here for South Africa. Let's see them hitting top. Not good for South Africa. Must have been offside. I beg your pardon. Lost their edge since the goal went in for South Africa. Haven't done much at all coming forwards. And chipped over the top. Well defended by Timber as well to turn and get the ball out in time as well. Now Ashena can turn, and there's 3 men up here for South Africa. The ball put out to Malangu on this near side. Not the best of passes, but just backing away with it. South Africa still in possession. Waitful on this near side. Forward into a unit. Near side. Steps first, challenge, good ball in. Shot comes in, beaten away by Lowe. It was a mark. Turned that one down to the goalkeeper's left. well, who's made coming into these semi-finals with more saves than any other keeper in the competition. Made another one there. 19 saves he made in the first 4 games. With Fletcher low. The worry there for South Africa was that Amol was afforded so much space just outside their penalty box.
Full international, by the way, Bernay. 19 years of age now, he's only 17 when he got a handful of caps. Full Nigerian team.